Get in, nerds. We are playing Victoria 3. We're still trying to invade Britain, and actually, I'm just realizing we might not be able to do this because we're losing war support at a significant rate at this point. And if I think the only way we can win is if we actually are able to invade the home counties, which we might be able to do in the next few weeks, and I'm hoping we'll be able to do in the next few weeks, because if we can't, that would be a real problem in terms of our ability to win this war. Aristocratic revolt. Not too concerned about that. Okay, that was a success. We can get one more battle going. We might be able to... One more battle over there. See, we're winning over here. Okay, alright, we got a battle kicked off. Alright, that's going to be a loss. I don't even know how that happened. Yeah, unfortunately, we're doing a lot of our work up north, which I wish we were not, because we do have quite a bit of occupation here now. But they're unfortunately winning. They've got a much larger force over here. Again, I don't know why we seem to be pressing forward largely in the north when that area doesn't really matter. So I think this might end up with us bowing out of the war overall, and Magwinda now subsequently being naval invaded. I think maybe naval invading directly into the home counties would have been the right call. Alright. We'll for sure get a hold of Lancashire this time. Oh. Well, that's wild. We've got scrambled fronts. We've got scrambled fronts over here. So we might... This might mean a final victory here, but... Put the main army here over on the front, that's the important one. Come on. We got just over 10 more weeks in this, so if we can win in the home counties, we can invade, and we can just get one battle that's a win here in home counties, then we can successfully close out this war. Alright, this should be it. We can win this, I think we'll make it. Because we've got partial occupation of the home counties already. Oh, they didn't have an army on the front. They had an army moving to the wrong front. That was why. Well, still. I don't know. I think spiritually this war is definitely a win for us. We've inflicted far more damage on Britain than they have on us at this point. Spain is going after Great Qing. Interesting. And we got an expiring obligation from Lithuania. Are there any battles happening here? There's a battle. Alright, we are continuing to win. We can just get them. There we go. Alright, so that's... Now they're in a retreat condition. Ooh! Peace deal proposed. Magwinda now is trying to capitulate. But we're about to get their capital. Magwinda now, no. No! If we can go a little farther, we can get their war support to be negative. And then we might be able to pull a win through. So let's just watch this battle. And if we lose, we lose. But if we win, we get a protectorate, and that'll be excellent. Come on, come on. Making a lot of noises over here. Alright, so. And that, I think that's moved to the front. So I think I think they might lose war sport. No. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, Lithuania, I'm going to reduce your autonomy once again. They will accept. They did accept, but now there's a capitalist revolt popping off. That's okay. We can throw the 8th Turkish Army in there and deal with that appropriately. I'm also going to put the 9th Turkish Army in there. And then I'm going to switch up mobilization options for our other armies, because I think not using modern equipment was a big part of why we... was a big part of why we were not as successful as we could have been. Oh, actually, 9th Turkish Army barely has any mobilization options enabled. I assumed that it would default 9th Turkish Army to the same mobilization options as all my other armies, but apparently that's not true. So let's go ahead and set them up. Yes, yes, I know, but it'll be fine. As long as I do them all at once, they'll have plenty of time to recover. There we go. Perfect. Lithuania will go ahead and absolve their obligation. Take on their debt just for good measure. Alright, then we'll set that going again. So hopefully, this revolt will sort itself out in good time. We're at 1% organization. It's actually not... those penalties are not that big given what they'll be fighting against, but hopefully they'll... Yeah, okay, they're starting to recover organization now, so that should be fine. There's plenty of diplomatic play left. And sovereign archduchies' aggressions are being continually locked down by having to fight off revolts in Denmark, which is pretty funny to me. No, not yet. We are a little short on bureaucracy, so I'm going to switch up production methods for some more of our government admins. Where have we got a lot of levels? Middle Egypt, we got quite a few. Yemen. And Blue Nile. Oh, Iraqi Kajami has quite a few as well. Alright, so that'll change those up. So, now the question I need to ask myself is, with Magunda now capitulated, do I have... was there anything left for me to make a protectorate of? And the answer, I think, is no. Shame. That's a real shame, is what that is. Selangor. Down here. Presidential Republic Cooperative Ownership Technocracy. That's interesting. I could potentially get one of them as my my subject. Okay, only the government. There. Council Republic Universal Suffrage Cooperative Ownership. So be it. Alright, that'll be fine. Britain's going after Bunyoro. They've been emboldened by their victory, but I still feel we'll be able to win. 2 arms. Alright, cool. And win we did. I'm going to send both of these armies to the Malaya front. Which I think they're already on their way to. Which should be just fine. Douala uprising against British Congo, which is here. So can I support that as a way of getting back at Great Britain? We're about to find out. I can. Be pretty funny if I did as well. Alright. Britain, you messed with me, and now I'm messing with you. See? The question is who done it, and the answer is Turkey hath done it. Alright. I think once again we're just going to leave our fleets right where they are. I feel very confident in our ability to complete this war with just these 2 armies, and then we'll just leave the Anadolu Ordusu in Anatolia just to make sure that they're... Sokoto back down and play against Italy. I think Italy was taking some territory. And this will expand Douala, and maybe we'll be able to make Douala a Canada wishes to enter a defensive pact. Yes, absolutely. I would love to be in a defensive pact with you, Canada. In fact, let's have better relations. And I've actually got Communist revolt in Costa Rica has help from Italy and Brazil. Costa Rica's become an Italian protectorate. Alright, cool. Well, enjoy that. Sorry, did I say that wrong? They have help from Italy and Mexico. Oh boy, talking is hard, friends. I've been talking a long time, and I gotta tell you, it's tough. Alright, and we've won... We've won our battle in Selangor, so that should be just fine. We'll go ahead and put the 8th Turkish Army. Do I need to change up their mobilization methods? I think I do. This is going to cost them some org, but that's okay. And then 9th Turkish Army. I did already change up the production methods. All right, beautiful. So put them on the front as well. There's also a Douala uprising against Sokoto, which is weird. Is Sokoto even in this war? I suppose they technically are. Alright, well, can't reach there. I don't know why we can't reach there, because Douala. Oh, because Douala is technically not on our side. Province. Okay, this province better not be the capital. It's not. All right. Excellent. What is the capital of the Douala Parsing? It's Gabon. Okay. Okay, you guys can go to this front. Don't want any front chicanery over here. Congolese peasant revolt going on over here. All right, so if we can get this area invaded. Perfect. All right. Our allies did manage to get 1 battalion over here. They're probably going to lose this territory, but I think we're still going to win the whole of the... You're going somewhere, and I don't know where you're going, but you need to go to the front. French Congo being kind of in the middle of this is one of those weird artifacts of colonialism, let's call it. Alright, anyway, while this is in progress, let's go ahead and naval invade Munster with the 9th Turkish Army. And we'll see if we can't make that happen. And that'll be a fun time. As our main army continues to take over territory over here. And actually, let's try and invade the home counties with Hassa Ordosu. And we'll try to get kind of cheeky about it. All right, perfect. So that's a victory. And we'll station the Constantine Ordosu and the Rameli Ordosu up here. And 6th Turkish Army will do the same, and that'll just let us get them ready to join the festivities. Hey! Won our war in Selangor. Now we've got Selangor as a protectorate. Excellent. What's my infamy at now? I'm actually reputable. That's wild. How many times do I need to teach you this lesson, old man? Hey, there we go. That was fast. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and grab the rest of our armies and put them in England. Don't feel bad for Britain. I, too, have made the mistake of moving all of my armies off of my, out of HQs where I needed armies defending. Don't feel bad for them. They knew the risks. They're the AI. They knew the risks. Alright, well, they do have troops here now. So that should mean they no longer have war support protection. And Douala does have war support protection because they're not fully occupied. Alright. And we are continuing to advance. Wonderful. Oh, I didn't even realize. Poland, aren't you my protectorate? They're trying to get Poland. Well, gosh, Shaggy, unfortunately, this can't stand. Poland is our protectorate, and we're going to have to go after Russia about this. So, we'll just, I can get Russian cars. Everyone's always offering me Russian cars. You know what? I'm just going to stand with Poland. come what may. So I think at this point, I'm going to grab the Rumeli Ordusu. We're holding Britain's capital, so that's not going to be a problem. I'm going to put them on the Russian front. Can we physically get an army to Poland? We can. Alright, so at this point, we're going to cancel this naval invasion. And we're going to get the 9th Turkish Army over to Poland. And we're going to see if that's enough. I think in Britain, again, as long as we don't lose, we'll actually be fine. So, I think we can even sacrifice having Hassa Ordusu on this front. Qing sides with Russia. Well, these are their own fronts. So actually we need an army over there as well. So yeah. So we're going to grab Hassa Ordusu and put them here. Or we're going to put them over there. Chimarrão embargoing us. Well, that's a shame. No, we're actually on one side here. We could add war goals. Interesting. And sway countries. France. How would you like a war goal? Return Languedoc. Oh, we could give them control of Occitania. That's a pretty good war goal. Let's do it. Beautiful. So now, we have 4 days of paused escalation over here. Very good. Hassa Ordusu, I'm just going to put them over here. We got our multiple fronts going. The Douala Uprising has war support protections. They are going to win, but we'll see how things go. Alright, we got 2 armies over there. And France is deploying some forces over to the Middle East to help us out there. Who else can we bring in? The only other people who want in are Java. What do you want? War goals? War operations? Heck yeah. Get some Javanese help on here. All right. And China's got a front over here, which is a little wild, but it is what it is. Alright, I'm actually going to grab the 8th Turkish Army, stationed in Anatolia, and I'm going to violate my own prescription and put the Anadolu Ordusu over here on this front here. I think I'll end up being fine. And then once these armies get freed up, we'll be able to do whatever we wish to do in Russia, wherever we wish to do it. But I am, however, going to put one of our fleets over here. The Union of Egoists. Excuse me? What is going on here? Wow, that's just dandy. They want East Prussia, Sinai, and war reparations. But you don't have a front, Germany. Germany, you don't have a front. I guess I'm just going to add war reparations, because this is bananas. Alright. I'm going to be able to bring in a lot of people to help out with this. You can't just come and try to fight me, Germany. And if you think you can, you are foolish. I'm going to put all of Europe against you. This is going to be really funny. I realize I'm making France actively stronger here, but again, I think they're actually natural allies of ours. Since we're both essentially liberal powers. Alright, I'm going to use these first. Okay. So that's our 2 arms. So, Germany. Canada, so with war goals, return state. They want North Rhine. We'll give the French North Rhine. French Republic has been swayed. Canada. Oh, Spain would support us. Austria would support us. Canada would support us. Sway with obligations. I don't want to sway with call ally. Here we go. Canada sides with me. Brilliant. Austria sides with them. Oh, but Austria abandoned them. Nerds. With that said, Austria is still open to fighting for us. So, what do they want? A revoke claim on Tyrol. Very well then. And Austria sides with us. Which front is undefended? Alsace-Lorraine, South Tyrol. That's a French problem. That's a French problem right there. Is what that is. I don't need to deal with that. That's none of my business. We'll designate Ingria as the strategic objective once again, because that's their capital. Spain, what do you want? Transfer subjects. You want control over Java? Don't want that. Java. Java doesn't want war operations from Germany too, but it would be pretty funny if they did. Java's just helping out the primary power in the world, grabbing war reparations off of stuff. Although I guess I'm going for war reparations, so it stands to reason. Again, Russia doesn't have any units over here, so I think I'm large winning on that front just for that reason. Anadolu Ordusu, where are you going? That's not the place you're supposed to be going to, Anadolu Ordusu. You're supposed to be going over here. I don't know how that happened. It's tiny territory. I think we'll leave that. Again, we've got this situation in Britain, and I think Britain's gonna just go until they're capitulated, but at this point that won't be long because they're pretty nearly fully occupied. Alright, so let's go ahead and speed up the game a little bit. Beautiful. Alright, so that means we can put an army on this front, and we can put an army on this front. And then we can have the force comparison that we want to have from being the biggest army in the world. Well, it's the 70s, and we've gone and kicked off a massive war, which we did not ask for, and which we are going to win despite that. All of Europe stood against us, yet they could not break us nor defeat us. Russia showed up with its line infantry and its skirmish infantry, but they could not defeat us. Revolutionary Brunei tried to stand against us, but they could not. Okay, so these two fronts have merged now. I think that means you're going here, right? Yes. Alright, yes. Now that Khiva is fully occupied, these two fronts are the same front. Again, Anadolu Ordusu can't emphasize enough the fact that I actually want you on this front. Ingria-Estonia front is unguarded now. But we've got an army over here. So let's go ahead and we'll close that out with the 8th Turkish Army. We'll just put them in these various areas. Revolutionary Brunei. We're gonna have to do our best to get troops down there. Actually, I think we can put 9th Turkish Army over here. That'll delay our advance westwards, but I think it'll actually be fine. 2 arms. So with these guys here, oh, thank you. I don't need help in this war. We should have control over this front presently, and then we can put the 8th Turkish Army in Brunei. And that will be just fine. Nope. Again, Canada, don't need you in that war. Okay. Just making sure they're going to the right front. Perfect. All right, now this army can go to Brunei. And hopefully they'll get there fast enough to be able to do everything we want to do. So we are continuing to win the war against Russia by a country mile, actually. We're doing very well. Could have gotten Russian cars back, but ultimately I don't need it. I don't need no Russian cars. France is just kind of holding over here against the Union of Egoists. We got an obligation from Uluru. I think I'm fine with things the way they are. We'll go ahead and absolve it. We can always get another one later. Okay. Perfect. Douala has continued to grow larger. We'll improve relations with them a little bit. Maybe we'll be able to get them into our customs union. Alright, force comparison is not so great over here. So I'm going to leave off closing out this pocket for now, as we focus on other things. Defense pact with Scotland? Sure. Oh, did you win your war? Oh, not quite yet. But no one's focusing on that war while France is dealing with other stuff. which is quite funny to me. It's going to take on Lithuania's debt. I really don't need Lithuania of all countries losing all their jelly over this. Alright, so I think 9th Turkish Army will just go ahead and put in France at this point. And we'll put another fleet over here in the Mediterranean to fight off enemy fleets. We've got very, very solid occupation on Russia at this point. They are losing war support at a rate of 5 per week, so they're extremely likely to bail out of this. Who else is on their side? There's China, but China doesn't desire anything. Conquer Greater Poland. They will not accept this, but they're likely to accept it since we've got a hold of their capital. If we grab Languedoc, we're actually on the way there, so we should be able to get a hold of that for France without too much trouble. Since all of these other fronts are pretty well handled at this point. No, I don't think they'll put troops over there. It's slightly more upbeat music. There we go. Alright, and there's all of Occitan taken over. Those on that front there. And at this point, I think we should be able to achieve all of our war goals. You don't want this. Alright, that is all of our war goals. We'll get Greater Poland for Poland, Languedoc for France, and Russian war reparations for Java. Oh yeah. Propose. Kablam. Now, it's time for us to fight the Union of Egotists. Since you decided you were gonna come after me while I was already in a war, like a fool, you thought you could defeat me like a fool because I was already in a war, like a fool, but you could not. Unfortunately, though, that's going to have to wait for the next episode. For now, I've had fun. I hope you all have had fun. And I'll see you all on the other side.